This is the long wait. People displaced by oil and denied justice in Uganda. This documentary showcases the protracted efforts by the oil refinery affected persons in Hoima district to seek justice in Uganda's judicial system.
Some of us have already died.
The tale of pain, loss, and hope that one day justice will be delivered. Under these houses are over 80 families resettled here after their land and homes were taken over by the government of Uganda when it compulsorily acquired 29 square kilometers of land, displacing 7,118 people from 13 villages in Kabaale Parish, Busaruka Sub-County in Hoima District.
Nkatalibana muno abo kwa bakatuiha Kabaale batuleta kuno kilomita ziri 25. Kabaale niho twali ntukore emirimo yaitu twina yabanywani baitu ba business partners ntukoragana kurungi ati bali batulesere abantu tutubamanyire na titwinayo nabantu abatukusobora kwesiga.
My parents, of course, they were not among the people who opted for cash compensation. For them, they actually opted for physical relocation. That's why today I stay in Kyakawoga Resettlement Village.
They once lived peacefully in these villages. It was home, a land of fertile soil, singing rivers, and ancestral peace. Then came the oil projects, promised prosperity, but delivered devastation.
Kyonko mukusasura tukasanga batatusasulire nko mulingo gubakabandi batugambira habukwa batugambiraga mujja kuba kurungi mujja kugayigahara mujja kufune sente mube kurungi kusinga honko mwabayire kyonko mumalira yabyona tukesanga ngu LOC ezindi bais omurukano gwogumu kyonka LOC ezindi bakuyisasura emitware emiliyoni 3 ehikemu ahandi emiliyoni 3 nekichweka ahandi ina kichweka ahandi 10 gama nkati ya ploni zikaba 10
hadi nkanyo mukiara nihura kubi mbomezi bwange hari hura kiniga hari government tukabayereza mataka bo bakoramo project yabo yaki ya magicha hari bo batuforanka batuliki tuli kuongo tutaina magezi boke kwa baturabuza mu maiso ne batukioza ne baturanga tulinka kisoro.
A whole community including 3,500 women, 1,500 children and other vulnerable groups was displaced not by war, but by an oil project.
Tukwejuke ndugama mafutaga kaijakora kikatwabona nakunda bago bambali bandi kandi ita bakwasirwe muna bahaire ita kali ita abantu bakubanza tuli mukubonabona muno ata abana banga bandi bekena kukanga level zibatasemere kwangira mu kusoma kwa.
Right now I'm feel bad. Very bad. I give the government my land, then the government start torturing me on my land. Right now I'm like a person who are in prison.
I feel sad, first of all, for my future. Because when this thing came, I was still in secondary school. Even finishing my O level was until a FIEBO helped me. I had to stay from 2012 almost to 2019 without attending school because first of all, they imposed a cut-off of debt on our land. And meaning they stopped us planting any crops that grows or yields for a period of more than 6 months. Now, the way of raising up some money or school fees was very hard for our parents.
They were told to wait, that fair compensation would come, but in vain. In 2014, the affected person, through the Refinery Residents Association, sued the government over gross abuse of their fundamental rights.
So we went to court, trying as one way, like we've done for so many other things. Unfortunately, court has let us down. We have people up to today, about 47 houses that have never gotten houses because that was part of the compensation. And those are some of the things we are demanding.
Ati obwiro bubona kuja kuika na kwirukiro mukoti bukaba bumazire kuba bwingi muno kandi emirimo yaite esisikaire n'abaana baitu balekereho n'okusoma. Government obwe kwate itaka ly'omuntu obwe kwasira amataka gaitu yatumaraho bugabe.
That is a total contravention of the provisions under Article 26 that provides for government to take away someone's land, but they are supposed to promptly, adequately and fairly compensate them, which wasn't the case.
All they want is justice, but 11 years have passed without success.
When we go to court, still government delay to give us a judgment of our court.
Mukundora hanu nyonyine emyaka 75 hati obutwayongereye akasumika emyaka 10 kuba ninkyaro batagendo mutuyambi.
From one court to another,
tukatandikira Kampala mu High Court nibatubuzabuza gurabayo nyenkya baba enaje batakuija babyongeireyo muri garuko ko mukaga muri garuko kwa 10 muri garuko mwaka gukuyija mutyo ekyarugiraho ngo musango bagugaruire Masindi twagamba kale ito tutajiwahe Masindi twatandika kurubata Masindi twatuli Masindi ngwa hati bagugaruire Kampala twagaruka Kampala ngwa abagugaruire Masindi obutwagarukire Masindi ngwa hati bagugaruire Hoima obutwahikire Hoima ngwa omusango bakagugarura ko nukionka file zikyalinga Masindi tibakafunire transport yo kuleta file kuziki antwaye habuza government mali neheremwa transport kuruga hali kuhika hali kandi tumanyire ngu nanka sector zona zigira endubata hati habwakitwe zaitu nizoni ziremwa endubata titwayetegereza baba bakani benda itwe nito transporting file uitwara kuli nakyo tibakitugambira bakukitugambire tukukikoze dero bojane pikipiki file ketagira ne kilogonze isatu ne pikipiki takusobora kuitwa no kuicha kiro kinu turaho titukumanya kike kigendo maiso kyonka kubuzabuzibwa nukukunga
hata usaba government poje tuyambe etumalira musango gwaitu kandi ndisongo musango ogu tukoraki tukugusinga batubere ba mazima tutungo kuinganiza nukafuna akasente kira kisobokera kina nyo akasente akatira kabarampo mitu byange batwere bititu nyombeka akajurundi bongo bagambire full package banyombekere enju mbe inaitaka lyange ndeka kubona bono mulingo kagona
urugendo runu kurugaho imanero accident zirumu tukakira rwa Kampala hakire rero bojo hakire batukoleke batuyamba government bwera banerura ngo musango kugisinga echo musango batulihire.
Hearing dates and judges have been suddenly often changed, files lost, witnesses worn out, and officials changed.
Wikayo murubasire mairu 13 plus ndirimo bwire mugenzere numikanye bagamba jaji taro hali mulivu asifu batakimanyengo bwiro baba haire ngwali balinga ali mulivu ni muhikayo ni bagamba tibana kintu cyane kibabaliza musango bagamba tubongere nkuraku bari kwezi kwa January ni bagamba muri garuko kwa 8 date ya hearing iri kwezi kwa 8 kuraku lingo kwa 8 bagako akasatu mwaka gukuija nuko tugenda ati bakaba tugamba tulikana mu January tuligaruka mu January guno mwaka tukatulia mu kwezi kwa musanje batugamba jagaruka tuliza mu kwezi kwa January kyonga kuruga no bwiro bunesazi ntichukumanya kigendo nice na bega tunturangu government
If government think that what we are doing, taking them to court and even talking about the injustice they made to us is wrong, let's go and visit these people. We see the life they are living, we compare it with the life they were living before. So it will show you that these things have done more harm. Apart from us who opted for physical settlement, we have our colleagues that opted for cash. The money they were given couldn't buy land equivalent to what they had, construct back their houses.
Yet still, they walk to courtrooms. They gather their stories.
Tulisobola kubamigiriza musango egene mu maiso. Kyonga nyonka mukyala nyukura ni sasa muno aba government bakutukoza kubi kandi bakututwara kubi bakutufora ngo batayina magezi.
Government ekutubonesa bubonesa rundi ekwetaga rundi tufwe tuweho tutumanyire kigendero kya nkubura kubi abo kuba tukabana ebintu byaitu bakatwa sente butaito kyonkano obuntu butaito butwabaire nabo tubutunzire ni tugenda mu court hati kuwireko hati obwire bwona tukujja no kufika kulemererwa kugenda na court
ati tukwena government erugeyo ere tobwinganize teko bwinganiza esasure obwire bwaitu bwono butwabona boine no kwika bwire bwono.
We've seen a case that is being heard for the last 11 years. So which means they have a lot of grounds. It's the reason why the case has been there for over a decade of years and then it has not been thrown out, because usually it's at court when you don't have a cause of action, your case is thrown out there and then. That is total delay. Article 126 is very clear that justice delayed is justice denied. So I'm hoping that when the judge who's going to make that landmark judgment really is going to consider all those the time that people have spent moving. The government needs to pay for all these costs that these community members have gone through.
Some victims have died waiting, while others have grown old carrying documents like sacred relics, proof of what was taken.
Abandi bakafuwa mwaka 11 tukyarubata hati obutwayongereye wakasumika emyaka 10 kuba ninkyarubata gendo mutuyambi.
It is because of delay. Some of us have already died, like one of my neighbor there died. It is now like 2 years back. We are struggle, we are going to court and back. And yet, this project brought us now. We are the first people in Uganda who are poor.
And the answer lies buried in case files in Uganda's courts.
We've written to the Chief Justices, not only the current one, but even the previous ones. We've written to them and we've met with them physically. We've met with the Judicial Service Commission that is supposed to discipline those judges who don't handle cases well. We've met with the Minister of Justice. We've met with the different speakers of parliament and other MPs from that region and communicated that, the judiciary is not doing its work. People are suffering injustice when they are supposed to get justice from these courts. And nothing.
Dickens Kamugisha, a lawyer and the executive director of the African Institute for Energy Governance, AFIEGO, attributes the judiciary's delay to delivering justice to broken systems.
And the judiciary is part of that bad governance, where you find institutions are no longer doing what they are supposed to do, where you see that the leaders don't respect their own people and actually despise them. And they actually engage in things to deprive the communities, to deprive the people as a means to enrich them. Those people who are supposed to correct those wrongs are profiting from those failures.
Still, they believe in justice, dignity, and in the power of truth.
Tukusaba n'embabazi muteekemu amaani omusango gwetukuwe. Omukulu omukubuzabuza kuno omusango gavumenti gwekagisinga. Kyonka itwe abali mu kooti tugume. Omukuguma kuno tujja kusingura. Yo gavumenti ekalemu era terina kyala akola.
They are trying everything to delay us and to make us maybe like feel fed up and we leave the case, of which we will not do that.
Government tusasule era tusasule mpaka tuchagenda mu maiso nka moto yaita bachara nti tuyende mbere tuchagenda mu maiso mpaka nitujihondera.
But we pray that one day God will answer our prayers.
We are appealing to the judiciary, please, to fast track this case, because we are also tired of moving to court so that we know how it has been concluded.
Despite the pains caused by the judicial delays, there are some positive gains.
Now, filing this case created a lot of pressure. Now, by the time we were filing this case, the houses you're seeing here, they were not here. The access road that you're seeing here, they were not there. But I remember vividly, every time we were going to court, the consultant would come and at least do something, and they would go and report at court that we have done this one. We used not to have boreholes, the schools were not operational, but because of that pressure, other people's compensations were revised, and those are some of the things that we were even demanding.
When they are compensating people from Ubulisa, the ones that are on the pipeline, they were given a chance to look for a place where they will construct their houses. So I think that is a very big achievement to me, My aim is not that we win and we get paid. If it happens, well and good. But still, this case will help other people not to suffer the way we suffered.
Even now that we have other developments, is that now people are very critical of what compensation rates are being used. And they now have a conversation with government and say, no, government, this is your, yes, you may be allowed to take land by the laws that we have in Uganda, but the lands are taken in this way. Because usually government takes advantage of communities that do not understand their rights. But now there have been, can I say, it has been an empowerment case to other communities. Yeah, so it's not really a total waste of time, no. No, there have been a lot of achievements, and some are going to come when the judgment is finally delivered.
According to Christopher Opio, one of the affected persons who is also the team leader for the Oil Refinery Residents Association, the affected community has become more united and built resilience as a result of the pains they have encountered.
The commitment, the solidarity that it has built, the confidence within us, the community. We've remained very strong people. We have remained committed to seeing that this matter goes up to the logical end. But also a lot of people have come here to learn from us. What does it mean going to court? Because they learned from us that we've been there, we are still there, but along the way, certain things can be worked on. So we shall never get tired until the matter is decided.